Yes, so Spain versus Russia is the match that kicks off in about 45 minutes time, and we have the lineups for the two teams. Let's look at Spain first. More or less the same lineup, but one change. Midfield stalwart Andres Iniesta has been benched in favour of Marco Asensio. Quick thoughts, Ashley, on that lineup?
Yeah, obviously the system that's been playing really well. You know, the front four, if you like, minus Iniesta, keep the ball very well. Koke and Busquets gives them a bit of security and keeps it nice and simple. You know, I'm not surprised Iniesta's not playing. I think he's been magnificent, but obviously 33, 34, a lot of football. Maybe he's thinking, you know, without him in this side, we've got enough to beat Russia, and then you might see Iniesta a little bit fresher for the quarterfinals.
Right, essentially the same system for Spain, but I don't think we can say that for Russia. They have three changes in the team. Golovin comes back in after having been rested in their final group stage game, but top scorer Denis Cheryshev is not in the starting lineup. Yuri Zhirkov features in his place, while Zenit St. Petersburg midfielder Kuziaev gets his first start and is favoured over Yuri Gazinski. Eugene, your thoughts on this team? Does it feel like Russia are lined up to sit back a little bit in this game?
I think they're going to more sit back, like you said, and they're probably going to try to counter-attack, and they just would be happy to let Spain have the ball and just defend and see what happens.
It's a big change in game plan from Russia's point of view, isn't it, Ashley? Especially what we have seen, you know, in the first two of their group stage games, but probably a prudent one because Spain tend to struggle, if at all, against teams that sit back and don't give them a lot of space to move the ball around.
Yeah, I think obviously the secret behind the success has been open, expansive, and they've been really energetic. I think they've ran the most metres out of any team so far in the tournament, showing that they've been fairly youthful and like I say, lots of energy. They know that if they open up against Spain have far too much talent and can hurt them. So what you'll probably see is them try and defend in a 4-1, 4-1, if you like. Zuba up front on his home. Maybe try and knock a few long balls into Zuba. Hopes he retains it with his strength and his ability to bring other players in, and then try and get some energy and support to get up to him and counter-attack. But you know, you can't be open against Spain. They've got so many quality players. They can just pick you off for fun, really.
Eugene, goals are going to be a problem for Russia in this one, right? With Cheryshev out, Gazinski is one of their goal scorers from this tournament as well. Zuba might be left to do, like Ashley said, a lone man's job up, you know, at the front of the pitch.
I think they're more happy to be to settle for a draw, take it to extra time, and maybe look into the penalties. I think that is what they are planning to do.
Ashley, you know, like, you know, interesting point that Eugene mentioned about them being happy for a draw. Does this lineup sort of also feel like a damage limitation exercise? They don't want to be embarrassed.
No, I mean, they're there to try and win the game, but they've obviously got a game plan. Like I said, if they try and attack and be nice and open against Spain, Spain can just control the football and not get near them. What you'll see is they have a big striker who's 6'4", 6'5", and he can cause real problems. So part of their area of attack will be to get the ball wide, maybe overlapping fullbacks, and get some crosses in the box. That's maybe why you see Zhirkov on the left-hand side. He can play left-back, but they're kind of playing with two left-backs, so they're looking to get crosses into the box and do some damage. You know, aerially, Ramos is decent. At times, PK can be bullied a little bit, and they'll be looking at Zuba to cause all kinds of problems from the aerial perspective.
Okay, final word from you, Eugene. We saw with France yesterday, you know, that the big teams, regardless of their struggles in the group stages, tend to come to the party in the knockout rounds. Is that what Spain would want today? A big performance, an emphatic performance, just to sort of shake off some of those, you know, defensive lapses that have plagued them in the group stages so far?
Obviously, this is where they want to pick up. They want to play well, get the confidence up. So, yeah, like France, they obviously did it. Spain will obviously want to try to do the same thing, and yeah. Okay,
Ashley Westwood, quick prediction from you before we wrap this up.
You can't back against Spain. I mean, they're odds-on favourites. I fancy them strongly. If they score first, then this could be a big score. But I'm expecting Spain to be comfortable in this. At least 2-0 Spain.
At least 2-0 Spain. All right, that's what our panelists think. They're going for a Spain victory. Not really, you know, the boldest of predictions, but then again, Spain are, of course, heavyweights. We've come to the end of this edition of Theatre of Dreams. A big thank you to Ashley Westwood and Eugene Lingdo for joining me on the show and to help put into context the events that are transpiring at the 2018 World Cup.